Drunken Under Quarantine Show Season 3. Letting you all know, be warned, this is an adult show with adult themes and adult content. Some very adult situations, as you will see as we get going. But if you're ready, buckle up, leave your comments. We'll be addressing them shortly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm, of course, Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming. Welcome to the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, Season 3, Episode 43. Super Pigs, Dilbert, Leaked Documents, National Divorce, and Molasses. That's right. Boy, Molasses got a release. We're going to get into that show, as always, as sponsored by the Drunken Under Quarantine Show. Let's get to it. Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's, of course, I, Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming. Welcome back. Season 3, Episode 43. Me here, and, of course, my good friend, my boy, my comrade, Mr. GW Foley's with us. We got a lot to get into tonight. We're going to be talking about Super Pigs, the cancellation of good old Scott Adams, leaked documents from the USAF, which is crazy AF. National divorce settlements. We got a couple others, mainly, that lab leaks confirmed now. So let's see. Blenda's here. Blenda says, "Hey everyone, Blenda, welcome. Good to see you, my dear. I hope you are having a beautiful Wednesday evening, as I assume both of us are, because it's Wednesday night. I'm ready to drink my boy G Dubs and break down some crappy news stories. So let's get into it. Please welcome to the spotlight stage, my boy, my man, my comrade, Mr. GW Foley."
Yeah, I'm torn. Let me start by saying, woke up in the morning to no smog, went down to the kitchen, mom's cooking breakfast with no hog. Gotta say, today was a good day. It wasn't, but gotta say it. 8:03. It was just 8:03. It's now 8:04. Got the alert. We're live on the YouTubes. What is up, motherfuckers? It is Wednesday night. I am GW Foley. I feel like I've been put through a ringer. Not gonna lie. I had my grumpy pants on today, and I just wanted to be like, fuck the world. Fuck the world. I want to go back to bed. And I'm in a funk. And I need to get out of this funk. And I don't know how to get out of this funk. But god damn it. It needs to end. Fucking A. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Fucking life sucks. It's going to be one of those parties, folks.
Yay!
Yay. So let's turn over the real reason why we get here every week is Hickory, the Drunk and Underwhelming.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for being here. I'm, of course, Hickory, the Drunk and Underwhelming. Welcome back. Another wonderful episode of the Drunken Under Quarantine Show. Happy March, everybody. March 1st. For those who don't know, March is Hickory's month. No, I don't say that because, well, I am a basic bitch, but I don't claim like a birthday month. But March always seems to be like my month. My birthday smack dab in the middle of it. And this month, Molasses started off by dropping his first single. So go check that out, Northern Nights, on the channel. We'll probably force you to watch it on the show later. And the preview for the Same 5 Songs EP, which is coming out on my birthday, March 14th. Really excited about that. 5 brand new tracks that Molasses is dropping. And there is no rest but more work because we next EP is soon, sooner than later. So there's a bunch of work to be done. Anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna do a little piece of magic. I know last week I said I would set up the table, but the office is kind of it's kind of a shit show over there. So to be frank, I'm gonna do a card trick and hopefully clean the studio more this week. I got caught up busy doing a lot of editing this past week trying to get everything ready. But
likely excuse.
Yes. I'm a bad man. What I'm gonna do is riffle down through. Actually, let me flip over. Riffle down through here, and I'm gonna have G-Dub stop, and we're gonna select a card. Ready?
Stop.
Right out there. G-Dub's got an 8 of spades.
8 of spades.
Let's write something on that 8 of spades, my good friend.
Skidmore got it wrong.
Oh, great call. Skidmore got it wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the corner of this card and just tear off the corner, right?
Yep.
I'm going to add it back to the card. So the real magic, as I've said many times, the real magician's magic is within the card case itself. And if you were to take the card case, pour it out, things always return to their home. And we would have a corner of a
nice
spades that lines up with that corner. And things go back home when they're broken.
Nice. Good job.
That's the moral of that trick. I don't know. There probably shouldn't be morals for the drunk and underwhelming. My trick should end with, and then I got drunk. That's really how it should go. But that's all I got. So let's flip out over. We got a lot to talk about tonight, including a couple topics I'm really excited to get into, like the super pig thing. Things like that are just fun. It's like UFOs. Whenever UFOs come up on the show, I'm stoked because I know I'm going to get to talk about some ridiculous shit. And it's like one of those weird ones where it's like conspiracy stuff, but it's not like getting you banned conspiracy stuff. You know what I mean? You can kind of like get some meat on the bones and go for it and not be worried that like you're going to say something and get nuked. And by nuked, I mean like by Facebook or YouTube, of course. We're not a world power over here.
Yeah.
Yet. Who knows? Hickory's magic might get stronger. Anyways, Dubs, you ready to get into the regular show?
Let's do it.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. It's, of course, season 3, episode 43. We're like 9 episodes away from season 4. Exciting stuff. That just means more editing we got to work on.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll divide that up a little, G-Dubs. We'll co-create some assets, and I'll send you some stuff, and like we'll each take different sections. That'd be fun.
I can do that.
Yeah, and then I have like different styles throughout the show, kind of. Because like we could pick a theme and stuff, and then do whatever and not show each other until we're done. Like that would be fun. So yeah, we got 9 weeks to work on that. That's not bad. I might go revamp the music a little bit. I really would love some female vocals on one of them.
I wish I could make music, because if I could make music and like do it well, I would so love to do that with editing and like make something just totally fucking weird for you.
That's like one of the coolest parts of like John Carpenter, right? Is
Yeah.
that, like, he was a dude that like wrote and or shot all of his films and like meticulously, and then did his own audio for them. And I'm like, that's something that's like really, really cool to do the
Yeah.
What's it called? Not a screenplay. Like, what's the audio track called?
The soundtrack?
Is it called a soundtrack when it's
Yeah.
oh, okay.
The score?
Yeah, there we go. That's what when it's like a full orchestra thing. Yeah. Exciting. Anyways, it's about time to,
if we had the money.
yeah. Someday. Someday. I just need to learn to play like 12 more instruments and then write the music for all of them and then record it all together. That doesn't sound too difficult, I'll do that in some downtime between helping Molasses on his shit and producing videos. Anyways, before we get into this week's show, we got to hear from this week's sponsor. You ready, G-Dubs? Hear from the Drunken Under Quarantine show? The Drunken Under Quarantine show presents Real Men of Genius. Real Men of Genius. Today we salute you, Mr. Vermont's premier comedy magician claiming guy. Mr. Vermont's premier comedy magician claiming guy. Armed only with a giant ego and a website full of lies. You've really cornered the market on Premiere and the big shitty. Burlington's so huge. While most comics and magicians want to be the big fish in the ocean, you decided, nope, I'll be a beta in a puddle. Does this bathing suit look like it's way too small? While most entertainers using titles given to them in reviews and from critics, you saw yourself a jester, but anointed yourself king. I'll take 2 taps on the shoulders, please. You'll crack open an ice cold Vermont IPA, Mr. Everything you read on the internet is real, because you showed us the way to make a name for yourself is to make a name for yourself. Mr. Vermont's premier comedy magician claiming guy. Drunken Under Quarantine Show, Season 3. Thank you guys at the Drunken Under Quarantine Show. Thank you for sponsoring us. We appreciate it.
Support our sponsors.
That's right. Please do generously. They're great guys. I hear.
Yes.
And
really huge schlongs.
Yep. Massive. That and balls like that drag on the floor almost. So you
like
should
a billy
them.
goat.
Yeah, you support them because they need better support, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Mostly to keep their balls dry and warm during the winter months.
What are those?
Snow's getting deep.
Sheath underwear. Yeah.
Oh, with the man pouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call.
Get some of those.
And,
I wish. Like my penis is so small.
Oh, it's girthy. That's what really matters, or that's what I tell myself, anyways.
I'm hung like a Tic Tac, but thick like a tuna can.
Yeah, that's right. Like a number. It's like a commercial tuna can in dimensions, anyways. It's like that. Like that. Yep, that's the. But mini size, like one of those. Not even like a fun size, like the snack, like the what are those things called? Mini brands.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the mini brands version of a commercial size tuna can. That's what we're working with over here. Or sorry, the guys at the Drunken Under Quarantine show are. So shout out to them. Anyways, before we get into any topics, yes, please go check out MC Molasses' new single came out today, Northern Nights, and let's get into it. How the drunk is this news? Is the next pandemic super pigs? This sounds like fun. Highly intelligent and possibly invincible. Like, do they have fucking armor? What are we talking about here? Highly intelligent and possibly invincible super pigs are invading America. Like, isn't everything invading America at this point? Like, okay. A special breed of hybrid super pigs from Canada have started to travel south in the northern United States. The pigs pose a threat to native wildlife and may prove tough to eradicate. The spread of pigs has only increased in recent years. A hybrid breed of super pig, a mix of domestic pig and wild boar, is running wild in Canada, and now they have their sights set on the United States. Originally crossbred to help farmed pigs grow larger and tolerate the cold temperatures of Canada, A drop in the market about 2 decades ago led some farmers to letting their hybrid pigs run free. Now they're running very free, according to Field and Stream. The super pigs are coming south, likely heading to Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, and Michigan. Problem: the super pigs are proving hard to eradicate. Right, like every wild pig is.
Yeah, they're smart.
Yeah, and they're in packs and they're hard to trap. And if you miss 2, you have a new pig pack in 10 years. You know what I mean? It's not like they're like big bunnies who fuck up your property.
Oh yeah, and everything else.
Yeah, including people. That they can survive in such cold climate is one of the big surprises of the issue. Ryan Brook, leader of the University of Saskatchewan's Canadian Wild Pig Research Project, tells Field and Stream. The cold hardiness of the hybrid pigs means they survive well. It means other native species don't. Wild hogs feed on anything. They gobble up tons and tons of goslings and ducklings in the spring. They can take down a white-tailed deer, even an adult. Originally, it was like, wow, this is something we can hunt. It's become clear that there are threats for white-tailed deer, elk, and especially waterfowl, not to mention the crop damage. The downsides outweigh any benefit wild hogs may have as a huntable species. The super pigs already have traversed across the international border, dipping into into at least North Dakota. So expect an even greater occurrence as the hybrid population only grows. Like on public transit, if you see something, say something. The Squeal on Pigs website makes that even easier. That's awesome. Good branding, guys. The Squeal on Pigs website. The super pigs have become adept at fending off recreational hunters, sometimes with entire sounders, the terms for a group of pigs generally led by mature sows, turning nocturnal to avoid the hunting. Other times, the sounders will disperse, making them hard to locate or change their patterns and retreat to forests or wetlands. Best strategy at reining in the super pigs is employing the Judas pig concept, which straps a GPS collar on a pig to lead game officials to other pigs. Deception may be our only true hope. Why didn't you just kill it? Yeah, we're going to strap these pigs with technology and let them back into... Like it's like a bad plan from an evil villain in a comic book. Yeah, we'll just we'll strap something on the pig and we'll send him back.
Then we'll find the other pigs and we'll have all the pigs.
Like, if you're gonna put a GPS collar on, I'm like, maybe strap some explosives to it. You know, just saying. Because then you can be like, oh, the pig is in a safe spot away from nothing. You know, you could send a drone overhead to make sure there's no people around and then blow the pig up when it's hanging out with the other pigs. They say they might be invincible. I think explosives would still damage these pigs. Just saying. I think they're real. And these are like Russian wild hogs because they're like adept at cold weather. These, like, that's what all we really need to do to get rid of them, right? Is like tell the we start a campaign that is like the Russian pigs are invading the US and you'll have like every blue-haired feminist out there with a rifle trying to gun these things down. Perfect.
Well, I would say the opposite would happen because they would be like, these pigs didn't choose to live this way. They're just doing what their nature says. Who cares if they're Russian? Because, you know.
That's true. Because they don't really care. Lana said they did it on Happy Feet. Lol. Strap explosives to the penguin? Or a GPS tracker? Or both? I don't know. I haven't watched Happy Feet in like...
That doesn't sound like a Happy Feet moment.
No. I just want to say I think I was like in my mid-20s and just... It was one of those like, well, let's get really high and watch a cartoon movie kind of moments. Okay, they strapped a GPS tracker. Whew. I got nervous there for a minute for Mr. Feet. Was that the penguin's name? I'm asking too many questions about Happy Feet right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I had a branch manager watch it and absolutely love it, and I was like, okay, this movie is not for me.
The best strategy at reining the super pigs has been employing. And then the last bit is to try 200 plus at-home workout videos for men's health, women's health prevention, and more. Like, it's written into the article. But this picture is phenomenal, by the way. I like how they went half-ass and they didn't even like put a background on it. They just took the base PNG and kept the background black.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like this thing was yeah, this photo was very much intended to be cut out and put over something else.
Fucking America.
John, holla holla. John, are you free on Wednesdays now? You should come on the show, dude. We miss you. We would love to have you back on. That would be fun as hell.
I didn't even see that comment pop up.
Oh?
Yeah. He isn't
Weird.
in my thingy.
Huh. Does it have all three symbols at the top on for you for Facebook, YouTube?
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Just took a second. Strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, super pigs, man. That's scary. Pigs are I hope we don't end up getting pigs in Vermont. That would be bad. Yes. Okay. We'll figure that out. We'll book a date, my friend, because I would we'd love to hang out with you. Chat again.
Yes.
You're gonna move right into the next one, G-Dubs?
Yeah, let's do it.
Dilbert gets canceled, and then Robin DiAngelo comes out, who we all forgot about her, right? She'd been you remember Robin DiAngelo?
No.
She was the White Fragility girl, the one who wrote White Fragility. Was like super vocal in 2018 to 2019, and then it was kind of like unfavorable that some white leftist was talking about how racist her and other whites were. And then and she went away for a while. She's back. Anyways, she came out and says the same thing Scott Adams did with different framing. And people love her. Stupid. I'm free next Wednesday. Okay, you're on next Wednesday, Mr. John Spoor. I will I'll send you topics and an invite. Any Wednesday. Nice. Good. It'll be fun to have you on. We miss you, dude. We're gonna talk about wrestling and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so first half of the topic is that newspapers drop Dilbert after cartoonist's racist rant as Musk engages him on Twitter. Scott Adams, or more affectionately known as Clot Adams by by many people for him being a huge mandate proponent guy. That's one of those things that I always find funny when I see like people on either side of the aisle hop on the bandwagon for someone. It's like the single moment comes out and everybody defends them, but they forget about all the other stupid shit they did.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like people defending Kanye, and I'm like, he's still just a fucking shitty rapper. Like, I don't understand. He's a great producer, don't get me wrong. But like, why do you take people's celebrities' opinions seriously? Who cares?
Yeah.
Anyways, Scott Adams got canceled. They say newspapers in Ohio and Texas have dropped the nationally syndicated cartoon Dilbert after its creator designated black people as a quote hate group, seemed to favor segregation, and made other racist comments on his online shows, completely missing any context from what he said completely at all. The Cleveland Plain Dealer and San Antonio Express News both announced the papers would immediately stop publishing the cartoon after the comments this week by Scott Adams. Cartoonist Dilbert began syndication in 1989. Holy shit. He's been doing it 2 yet less years than I've been alive. That's crazy. Adams, meanwhile, fanned the flames, tweeting on Saturday, is it racist to avoid racists who are the same race as each other? Or is it only racist if the racists you are avoiding are white? Elon Musk replies, simultaneously an interesting question and a tongue twister. Adams' cartoon forged a reputation on sarcasm about white-collar office life in America. It's become well-known recently for controversial statements. He's expressed admiration for Donald Trump, while also suggesting that following a Biden victory, there was a good chance Republicans would be hunted down and killed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was talking hyperbolically then, too.
Yeah.
A coffee with Scott Adams this week, he said, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I'd give white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away, because there's no fixing this. It just can't be fixed. So the entire deal was that the context of this situation, I don't know, did you see the full quote or anything, G-Dubs?
No, that's the first time I heard what he actually said.
Okay, so he was talking about a certain poll. He was talking about CRT and how it's affecting people and just driving a giant racial divide into the country that wasn't there previously, or was there but not like significant, like it was in every fucking news article.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You go back to like the 90s and it wasn't like, it was arguably more racist, but there was less racism talked about all the time in every subject, in every type of media. Like, just like it was, I don't know, nobody cared. You know, it was like, and now it's just being jammed down your throat all the time. Like, racists are bad. Racists are like, yeah, we know. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's
You've done that for 40 years.
Yeah. But so basically what he was saying is CRT has gotten us to the point where there was a poll done, and I forget, it's by one of the big poll places, right? And the poll question was, is it okay to be white? And 48% of the Black people interviewed either said not sure, which was like a small part, like 18 to 20%. And then the other segment of the 48%, so 28 to 30% said no, like it's not okay to be white. And he was basically commenting like, if that's where we're going and the future was CRT, and you can see a poll and know that 50% of Black people don't know if it's okay to be white, you should get away from those people that don't like you or think it's okay to be you. And now he's being called a racist in his cartoons canceled, which I don't think he really cares, dude. Dude's made enough. Like, it's not like he's not gonna go hungry. Like, Scott Adams,
he has enough support doing stuff.
The Gats, we're gonna hire you as the fact checker. You're gonna be the Jamie for our show here pretty soon. Rob Musin poll in a WAPO article. Okay, thank you for the context, because I take in a lot of information and don't retain it all. That's for sure. But ironically enough, less than a day or two later, that Scott Adams gets canceled for this. We have this article from Carolyn Borisenko. She's actually from the great state of Vermont. I'm not going to pretend that I really love her or I endorse everything she does, because I don't. But nope, it gets. I have a dream that my little children will be judged on the content of their character. MLK would be straight tripping today. Yeah, it makes me wonder if he would be like a BLM member, though. Like, he would be like a full-on identitarian, or he would remain in the camp that's like, we're all people, shut up, we should get along. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, sorry,
That said, I got one of those minds that some may call ADD. I call it a superpower because I'm able to retain a lot of seemingly random knowledge. Yeah, me too, but little things like what poll he was referencing are totally like, I retain a lot of useless information, though. It's fun at work sometimes just to rant about random stuff just to see how many topics I can cover with somebody. Yeah, those are the things I do to pass the shitty day of retail service. But at the same time that Scott Adams is getting canceled, everybody's favorite racist, Robin DiAngelo's back. And the white fragility author is as racist as ever. Here we go. It's from Carolyn Borisenko. She's a psychologist. I don't know. She was like one of the main people in Walkaway, and then she walked away from Walkaway. And now she does a thing. Gets it. MLK was too pacifist for my taste, and Malcolm X may have been too extreme. Since they were both murdered, set up by their inner circle when they both began moving towards centrist. Very possible. That seems to be a theme of influential people getting taken care of when they start making good decisions. Like JFK. Anyways, I'm completely funded by you. Yeah, so if you like her, she's there. That's all I'm saying. I like her because she's brought a good amount of attention to the Libertarian Party. So that's a step in the right direction. And who knows? Did you see the proposed Florida bill? G-Dubs, I think it's called the ultimate cancel bill or something.
Yeah.
And the plan is to cancel any political party that ever supported slavery.
Yeah.
Which I think is next level trolling hilarious. It makes me happy to see that that's what we're spending our time on. Because it's either that or taking away your rights. That's all that the government knows how to do at this point.
Even I get it. It's stupid. It's stupid. Just on the face of, they could be doing so much more with anything. And then they do. It's not like Democrats are gonna go away. They're just gonna join a different party.
Well, it would be funny because it might actually cause a bunch of people to just finally be like, you know what, I'm progressive.
Yeah.
Like to finally just be like, you know what, no, we are the far left party. The guy said, Tupac, Biggie, JFK. He totally, he totally said he was going to splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces and scatter it to the wind. And he also tried to get rid of Federal Reserve, so he had a target on him. For sure. All they do is yes, because the government is like small scale socialism, and that's all it knows how to do is extract resources. And right now we have a bunch of people just stealing the silverware as the ship sinks and pretending everything's all right. The biggest clue in my life recently, personal note, we'll get back to the racist Robin DiAngelo here in a second, but a quick moment to talk about how poorly our economy is doing. G-Dubs, you recently went through vehicle woes.
Yes.
My lease is done next month.
Oh,
and so
dude.
I went in and I test drove, and I really like this vehicle, and it's a little more than the last one. I think my car right now, the Corolla I drive, is valued at like 26 and a half. And the Camry that I went on to lease was like 32. So it's a little bit bigger of a car. I'm going to have a little bit less gas mileage, but I'm going to have a lot more room, and it's comfier. It's got a little more trim comfort. Like it had heated seats, and a heated steering wheel, and I kept the moonroof, and it was a little more spacious. So I was expecting, like, my payment previously, it was like $340. My wife's RAV4 was like, 360 to 380, somewhere in there. And so I went in and I was like, yeah, I want a quote on the Camry. And I got sent a quote that was $550 a month for leasing. And I said, hold on, Mr. Salesman guy. Have cars really gotten that more expensive in the past 3 years? Like, I realize it's a bit more valuable of a car, but like $200 a month tacked onto the payments, a shitload. And he's like, well, no, the interest rates have gone up, which I was like, oh yeah, the Fed has raised the interest rate caps like 3 times now. And they're probably going to do it at least another 2 times because inflation's still not going down fast enough. And he's like, well, do you want a quote on another car? And I was like, out of curiosity, I'm like, yeah, run my car now, like a Corolla SE with the same trim package and the same, basically the same exact vehicle that I have now, except the new version. Run the numbers on that for me, just so I had a comparison. And the payment for a 12,000 mile lease, 36 months, went from like $340 up to $490.
Jesus.
So like a solid $140 more per month for the same exact vehicle, the same lease through the same company, through Toyota Financial, like the same exact thing. And that's with like the $1,000 lease loyalty. But I had that last time, so that's not, you know what I mean? That's nothing new. It's just part of having a lease is that they try to give you something to be like, hey, stay with us. But yeah, it was like one of those, and I was like, oh shit. If the wife and I, who both have very good jobs and decent side hustles, if we're at the point where we're like, I might buy a fucking e-bike at this point, because like even with the interest rates being so high, my backup plan was like, well, I'll buy out my lease. I have a guaranteed payment amount for it. Okay, I'm groovy. But with the interest rates going up so much, my fucking it would. So the deal with lease is you pay 3 years and then you pay off some equity in the vehicle, and then you can take out another 3-year loan, and that 3-year would equal what your 5-year, like the amount for your 5-year buying the car out. Like if you bought the vehicle, generally, no, it's gone up $100 a month just on interest,
Dude.
like, so to keep my car payment at the same, I would have to take out a 5-year loan on it. At which point, when I get that paid off, the car is 8 years old and has 0 equity.
Yeah.
Like it's an old car. Like nobody wants it. And I don't really want to own my Corolla. The thought was, if it got worse came to worse, I buy it and then take it somewhere else and trade it instantly, which might be the case. I might be looking into other car brands right now to see what, kind of sniff around and see what's what. See if I can find some sweet deals. The Gat said the Dem and the Whigs were the unitary prior to Abe introducing the GOP. I didn't know that. The Fed raised interest rates every month in 2022. Whatever the Bank of England does, the Federal Reserve will follow suit. The USD is about to lose world reserve currency status. Gold is now a tier 1 asset. Yeah. So I assume if they keep raising interest rates, there's going to be a point in like the near future where people just stop driving. Yeah. And that's going to that's one of those that's going to just start a landslide into the economy just full on failing. Because, yeah, I mean, we would save, looking at it right now, we'd save $1,100 a month not having leases at the current rates. So,
yeah.
That said, could you find a nice elderly couple that's too old to drive, Joe Biden level demented, and you could buy their paid for Lincoln or Camry for cash? I mean, I could, but the deal is I did that. So that's why I lease, actually, is because the last vehicle I bought was a single owner vehicle. It was 6 years ago because it was 2 leases ago. Well, it was, 8 months before 6 years ago. So about 7 years ago, I bought a 2002 Ford Taurus that had 60,000 miles on it. Mint condition, single owner, and like full everything, full leather, like tuned up V6. Like I have no idea why this old couple bought this like absolutely prime Taurus. Like V6, awesome. It had the upgraded audio package. Like the thing had heated side view mirrors, full leather sunroof. It was the only car I've ever owned that like any speed you were going, if you just pin the gas, it would set you back in your seat. Like the only time, and like I've driven a bunch of little sporty Toyotas, and that Ford Taurus was literally the only car, no matter what speed you're on. You could be going 65 on the interstate and you shit stomp the gas and you boop back in your seat. It was amazing. I loved it. But the subframe rotted out in 2 years and I got pissed and I was like, I'm not buying another car. I'm going to lease one. And that way I have what I like to call walkaway insurance, where at the end of the day, I get to walk away from the fucking vehicle and I don't care. In retrospect, I wish I bought the Toyota that I leased in 2016. Because that Corolla was a far nicer Corolla than my current Corolla. And it's looking like a Camry is going to be almost $600 a month payment. So I might be saying goodbye to Toyota, which is unfortunate. The subprime lending market is tanked, and when that happens, the standard market will absorb the loss of revenue by raising their rates. Yeah, it was like a 9% rate if I was going to buy out my car. I'm like, that's insane on a vehicle. Yeah. It was to the point where I was trying to convince the wife to let me buy like an F-150 frame and drop the Taurus on that and then and put a lift on it and shit. I was like, hey, if it was sitting up on and welded to an external frame. Yeah, I mean, technically it was 8.99% on my yeah, I was just like,
fuck that noise.
That's nuts. Even the lease loans now were like, the base one was like 4% or something. It was 3%, I think, was the, I don't know. I should have brought the paper in here if I was going to bitch about this. I didn't realize I was going to rant so much about my lease on the show tonight. But if I had, I would have brought in some hot damn. I don't know. Let's lighten it up for a second. I'll play a short little video, little molasses for those who didn't see. For those who didn't see the official announcement for the same 5 songs. Oh, Gut says, are y'all parents boomer age? They had it so good. The cost of living for a house, vehicle, food, fuel was a fraction of what we pay. Yeah, and they didn't have to deal with being called a racist every single day of their lives as a white male. That was pretty cool too, I think. But no, it's been it's kind of been like that for a while. We're in a decline. Like, I hate to think about what the next generation is going to live through. Because if we've fallen this far, like, it's interesting. We've come so far and gained so much in my lifetime, like technology wise and all this crazy shit. But like on the flip side, we've gone so far back in that the cost of living is like astronomical.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I'm I don't know. I'd like to think I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm really just black-pilled. That's that's really I got. Anyways, this is the same 5 songs announcement, official from MC Molasses. We're gonna watch this as a quick little interlude.
Gabba gabba, hey, drunken cock fans. This is Hickory, the drunken underwhelming of the Drunken Under Quarantine Show. And do we have an announcement for you? Let's be burning buds and logs to the sound of the frogs. Let's get back them northern nights. March 1st, MC Molasses releases Northern Nights, the fresh new single. March 14th, the same 5 songs EP, featuring the same 5 songs. Keep singing them same 5 songs. There's one about women, one about ripping, one about wishing that nothing was wrong, one about fishing, one about drinking. That's why we keep singing right along to the whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep singing them same 5 songs. The bobber song. Bobber's going up, down in the fucking sun. I'm almost strung down. Ain't even close. So baby, hold my pole. I'll pack us up. Bull bobbers on a roll. And the sun ain't even high.
That just reminded me think I should have edited Bernie into that lyric video, but I'm pretty sure since I don't own the rights to that, I wouldn't be allowed to.
Probably not.
Let's see. The Gat said, I'm white outside Memphis, Tennessee. Believe it or not, we get along with our neighbors, but there are parts of the city the police won't even show up unless they roll 20 deep. Yeah, we're white from Vermont, and white people hate other white people here, even though we're all white. It's fascinating. We live in a socialist utopia up here.
Yeah.
I often feel like people feel like Vermont is misrepresented because like one of the top two of like the top YouTube creators from Vermont, and I'm nowhere near that category, but like 2 of the top are Carolyn Borisenko, who's a libertarian, and Styx Hexenhammer, who's a libertarian. So I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, Vermont must be a libertarian state. No, it's a socialist shithole here. Yeah, it's awful. Don't move here. It's really expensive. We have no amenities whatsoever. We barely have stores that are open, and we can't staff our restaurants because a bunch of non-working city people moved here. So literally nothing's open and there's nothing to do. And it's really cold and super expensive. So there's my sales pitch. We should, you know what we should do, G-Dubs, is we should film a parody commercial. That's like, you should move to Vermont. Come down and check out the 2 restaurants that might be open today. And like do like a full parody commercial that's like one of those like how great our state is. Like, yeah, here in Vermont we have absolutely zero monopolies, other than you can only buy your power from Green Mountain Power. You can only have your trash service by Casella. Zero monopolies. Yeah, we believe in freedom, the freedom to charge you out the ass for everything.
Now, Casella, there are other trash haulers who happen to have to go through Casella, but that's besides the point.
Say Casella's bought out the trash company in our town. And there's a good first off, Skimora, what's up, Hickory GW? Skimora, what's going on, brother? Good to see you down there in the comments. We appreciate you, man. McTaggart down there in the comments. Kevin, how are you, brother? It's good to see you in the comments. Thank you for dropping by. He said, where would you move if you had the opportunity? Somewhere cheaper. I don't know. I'd probably stay on the East Coast. But I think there's probably a nice line somewhere for me in like North Carolina. I think that's where like it's warm enough, but I don't know. West Virginia, maybe. I wouldn't mind living with some hill people. I'd probably get along a lot better with those people than socialists who live here. I don't know. If I was to move, it would definitely be somewhere more south because I'm like sick of shoveling. It's not that I don't love winter. And to be honest, I love Vermont. I love the views. I like some of the people. I like the history and all the cool shit. I just I don't belong here. based on my views on almost everything. The only thing Vermont has right is abortion up to 9 months. And that's only so I can tell people to shut the fuck up about it. It's mind-boggling up here. Skimora said move to Nashville. Oh, but then Gates said Nashville has turned into Dixie, LA. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in Nashville. I'd be willing to. Where's Upchurch? Like his county sounds pretty chill. Somewhere down there. What's he say? What the fucking county is he from? I can't remember.
I have no idea.
I know he references all. Like it's in my brain, but I can't. Oh, Cheatham County. I probably live in Cheatham County. The guy said, is Vermont like a vacation ski type community for wealthy Northeastern folks? Yeah, it's kind of.
Yep.
It's so imagine living out in the country where everything's remote and it takes the cops 45 minutes to get there and all that, but everybody votes and acts like they live in Boston or New York City. So that explains Woodstock. Killington is just so imagine any out west ski town, but with like 1/8 the snow and 1/8 the mountain size. That's Killington. That's like the biggest ski resort on the East Coast. It's just tiny compared to what's out west. Rutland is made fun of commonly, but is now more safe than Burlington is, which used to be like the star for cities because Burlington was the biggest city in Vermont and it was also like the safest city in the country. And now it is a needle-infested garbage camp.
I mean, that's not saying much. Like that Rutland is safer though.
Like not much, but it's still like it's funny because Rutland used to be the joke and now Burlington's worse. You know what I mean? Like Rutland always used to be like a dirty Rutland. It's like, no, Burlington's dirtier than Rutland is now. Rutland at least has fast food 24/7. You can't get a fucking burger past 11 on a weekday.
Yeah.
Anymore, which we found out this past June when we went to a concert up there. It was 11 o'clock at night, and the only place we could get anything to eat was a gas station. And there was only one in the entire city that was open. Meanwhile, we looked it up in Rutland, and there was 3 fast food places and 4 gas stations that were open. Yep, that's the thing. Murfreesboro and Knoxville are nice. There's too many libtards in Chattanooga. Skimara said, I live in Fayetteville, North Carolina, not missing much. That's funny. I met a couple from Fayetteville when I was on vacation in March. Because I asked them, because for some reason we kept running into this little kid who was dressed in a Confederate outfit, like a Confederate war type outfit, like a reenactment outfit for a little boy. And he was like, he'd like walk around the pool and just say weird shit to people. And it was super entertaining. Like the wife and I, the entire time we were there, every time we went to the pool at night, I'm like, I hope the general's here. I fucking hope the general's here, because that guy like made my day. And then one night he was like dressed in like a Star Wars thing with like a lightsaber and was saying like Star Wars related shit to people. It was weird, but we saw his parents a couple times. And so like the night or two before we left, I went and was like, hey, I know this is going to be weird because I'm just a random guy at a resort that's coming up and talking to you. And well, I look like this, but have we met before? Like, have you guys spent any time in Vermont? Have you been up there? Like, is that the Northeast? And they're like, no, we're from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I was like, something about them just looked like I was instantly like, I feel like I've met these kids. Like, I feel like I've met these kids, these people like before. I'm like, no, I have no idea what they're, no idea. Cheatham County is a suburb of Nashville. I didn't know that. It's good to know. It seems a little more rural, right? I don't know. I just know. I've based my entire worldview on Cheatham County that Upchurch lives there, so it must not be that bad. Then again, if you did the same thing for Vermont, I'd be ashamed. Because yes, I do talk proudly of Vermont in my songs. But God, I'd move in a heartbeat. There are red suburbs that surround Memphis. When you call the cops in one of the burbs, they're under a 5-minute cop response, and the city limits it's over an hour. Yeah, just in time to like collect evidence and scoop a body into a hearse an hour later. Best place, Grizztown, North Carolina, beach 5 minutes away. But does that mean it's humid as fuck? I don't know. Can I keep the name of the countries getting divorced? I don't know. It wouldn't be the United States anymore if we got divorced, though, right?
What would we call it? The divorce states?
I think we call it Progressiveville and Jesus Land. And as much as
sounds appetizing.
No, but I would live in Jesus Land way before. Way before. As long as they don't ban swearing. The guy said, Skid, have you been to Blue Ridge Mountains? My husband camped there as a kid and he wants to take us there sometime when all babies are potty trained. Laughing her face off. Oh, that's fair. Well, I hope they potty train quickly, my friend. I must say. And thank you for being brave enough to bring children into this world. We need more people like you, the Gets. Samara said country, rural, but beach around the corner. See, that's not bad. The issues that I have with beaches are that assholes live near them. I really like the beach, but so does Barack Obama and all his friends. And yeah, I hate the fact that like the place I used to go on vacation as a kid, I can no longer afford because a bunch of people like Obama and people who run Airbnbs for a living have bought up all the property in said place, i.e., the racist land of Martha's Vineyard. The guy said the Star Wars General Lee kid, absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, he was one of our favorites. Parkway is nice, kind of touristy though. Sean said America. I think America without an A and just an apostrophe would be fine for me. That's the America I want to live in afterwards. Technically, the state of Texas calls them the Republic of Texas or the nation of Texas. Yeah, Vermont's actually got an interesting right to secede as well. That's part of our state's constitution, and papers have been drawn up a couple times. Unfortunately, it's usually under that type of thing gets mentioned in Vermont when people like Trump are in office. Not so much, not so much when the idiots that are in there now are.
Yeah.
We still have like 3 topics to get into, but I just thought about it. I wanted to mention before we get into the after show. This is something I don't take lightly, and I want to say my heart goes out to Justin Bieber. I just saw that he had to cancel the rest of his tour because his face has still got weird stuff going on with it. So good luck with that.
He's ugly?
No, he's got some weird thing where like part of his face is paralyzed. They're blaming it on oh god, I forget what the disease is called, but it comes from
palsy.
No, it comes from like chicken pox or measles.
Shingles.
Shingles is like the shingles virus can affect some nerve in your face that makes part of your face go weird. And it usually affects only people in their 60s, but we know how that's gone this past couple of years. Is that medical conditions that usually only affect the something horrible. He definitely doesn't have Guillain-Barré. He has I'd have to look it up real quick. But yeah, unfortunately, it's one of those things where like there's been a lot of that lately where 20-year-olds are having heart attacks and shit now. And I would I'm not gonna say I know what caused it. I could take a few guesses, but I won't. Hussein Obama got whisked out to sea with rip current. Well, I mean, his house is technically going to be underwater in 10 years, which makes you wonder why he bought it. I mean, that's their narrative, right? So that's going to be underwater soon. People lived in Europe during the 30s and 40s having babies. Those were hard times. I will never relinquish my pew-pews because my children will ask me why I pussed out. Yeah, it's a very good point. I guess children do provide a sense of ownership and liability, somebody to report to, because at some point they're going to be old enough to be like, Mom, why'd you give your guns to the commies? I don't know if that's how you're
worry about that conversation. I ain't having no kids.
I may not, but we may. We'll see what happens. Either way, that kid's going to have an arsenal. Like, if I do have a child, that kid's going to know how to break down and put together an AR-15 by the time he's like 5. It's going to be other parents are going to hate me because they'll be like, "Oh, I really like this video game," and my kid will be like, "Oh, those guns aren't even realistic. What are you talking about? Fuck Fortnite." Justin Bribery has Guillain-Barré. I read that one. The guy said, "Poor Veebs. He's a victim of climate change." Yeah, it's unfortunate. Climate change is definitely affecting a few of our celebrities right now. Sean said 1,400 excess deaths per week in the UK. Yeah, nothing to see here, kids. Just keep doing what we're doing. Nothing weird going on. Nothing at all.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's everything's fine. Normal. It almost seems like we shut down society for less excess deaths than that. When the guy said, GW, I think it would be a fun, funny, and caring dad. Hickory, I'm confident you and your wife would fiercely protect and have the top 10th percentile achiever babies. Yeah, because I wouldn't like puss out and go light on my kid. Like my kid would be my kid. It would be sarcastic and it would get in trouble a lot because it would be like, wait, no, fuck your narrative. How about that? How about I'm not getting how about I'm not agreeing with your mandates? How about I'm not calling this person with a beard she? How about that? And I'd probably end up homeschooling. That's like honestly the conversation that we have now that we're thinking about having a child is like, okay, so we've got to figure out how to raise this thing in a horrible economy. But also, I think we can get through that. Like, we're fucking both exceptionally gifted in our fields. It's like one of those, yeah, we're going to have to figure it out. We're going to have to homeschool or send it to like a good, I don't know, a private school that we can vet and do a lot of research on. But I honestly think homeschooling's probably cheaper. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Raising a child in a sea of lemmings.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Good luck with that.
We might fucking move by then. It'll be one of those. Like, I don't want to move. I like where I live. I like where I work. I like the people around me. But the general sentiment up here is like, you don't belong. Like, I'm like the Alex Jones of my work. That's where I am. It's actually funny. I had a customer say some shit to me like 2 weeks ago where I was like, I'm really glad that I was the one that took this question, because anybody else here would have started crying and left. They were like asking me about mRNA and mRNA vaccinations and the cattle industry, and if there was any news of cattle vaccinations being mRNA now. And I just kind of looked at them and I was like, really? I'm like pretty conspiracy minded, but I haven't heard anything about this, which is rare because I read a lot of weird shit. I've heard about it like other animals, but not beef. I have not heard anything about beef and mRNA. The guy said having children is one of those things that the world makes you think it's horrible, your life is over, but they make you better. They make you appreciate the little things and give me more than I deserve. Yeah, they make you stronger. They make you more resilient. They make you learn, which is
I'm good. You're not.
Oh, no. I'm not trying to. I think the saddest part, I feel like, G-dubs, is the amount of the sad part about like the abortion thing is that too many people who shouldn't get them do, and too many people who should get them don't.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like the guy said they have pure hearts and it's an honor to be pregnant and have babies. They're so precious and honest and real. Children are truly gifts. I'm sure the beautiful assistant would 100% agree. Sean said, I'm your basic overachiever. I've contributed 5 humans to this planet. Sean, thank you for keeping up the good work. Like that guy in the beginning of Idiocracy, just knocking him out. I'm more like the doctor guy who's like, oh, wait till a good time. Oh, wait, now maybe it's too late. But yeah, here, let's play the end of this this promo video, and then we'll get on to the after show. Does that sound good, G-dubs?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the sponsor. I didn't mean to do that. A real man of drunkenness. There we go.
The family name. I'm sorry that you never got to meet your grandfather. I said, don't worry, Dad, man, don't be bothered. So I grabbed the cooler, we headed down to the water. He said, I hope to teach you lessons like my dad would have taught you. Like how to work a shotgun, a shovel, a truck, and a rake. How to leave me alone. We're just some Vermont boys, and when the times get hard, we drink Vermont IPA, so we don't know who we are. Sitting in the country, back full of monkeys, but we don't let them get us down. Sipping on some pale ale, rolling the long trail. That's where I got my home. And Northern Nights. Northern Nights, let's leave behind us all them city lights. Let's forget the bullshit and the politics and the fights. Let's be burning buds and logs to the sound of the frogs. Let's get back them Northern Nights. The Northern Nights. Available on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and all major platforms.
Yep, and that's the promo. So, yeah, excited.
Nice.
The cat said, Sean, big families are awesome. I have 3 babies, and even though I'm still childbearing age, our hands and hearts are so full. I'm not going to lie. That's what I thought after I got a cat. I can't imagine having 3 children. The cat's props to you and your husband, because you guys are awesome. And we need more people like you, because this world would be a much better place if people as wise and smart and caring as you were to have more children, and people who are less garbage had less children, or people who are more garbage had less children.
See, that's I firmly believe I'm a garbage person, so I shouldn't have kids.
That's fair. I disagree, but I love you, and I don't feel like I don't feel like that sentiment. I'm like pressuring anyone, right? Like it's awesome that she is, but I'm also not like you need to do this. Like if you don't think it's right for you, like it's not right for you. I don't know that it's right for me. I just think it would be awesome to have a little me that I can train to say fuck mean things to people in the future, because it's not going to be hard. And kids are mean anyways. So there's going to be a time where I can like really they can really get away with it, because kids are based. Right? Kids know reality. They don't live in fantasy. Like don't get me wrong. Kids after a certain age live in fantasy land for a little while. But young kids are based as fuck and call us how they see them. They're not calling anybody with a beard she. I'm just saying. So Laura said, as you know, I have 3 boys and I do love them. They are my life.
Yes, but the youngest is your favorite.
The youngest is my favorite anyways. I haven't met the other 2, so I don't have a fair comparison. So
they're all right. I'm the best.
Yeah, nowhere near as good as this one, that's for sure. Anyways, yeah, I'm the best sibling out of my group. Now, I'm the only one without a child so far, but I'm the only one that like owns my own house. I'm the only one that's married.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that has like a career job. I mean, given one that I hate, because that's how it goes, because you get burned out after years. And I don't hate my job. I'm just I'm burnt out, and I need to hire myself into an office job. Is really the issue, but there's nobody to hire.
I have noticed the ads in Indeed.
Oh yeah, they're pushing, dude, because we are like, it's dire. Did you happen to see? I don't know. Do you follow the market? Do you happen to see my Friday?
No.
Okay. So Fish Fridays, I do like a promo for my department where I talk about the Friday highlight for fish because it's Lent.
Yeah.
Sean said, that surely hurt my heart, GW. You are not garbage or trash. Don't make me come all the way from Florida to smack your ass around.
See, here's the thing. There's a certain amount of comfort of knowing you're a trash person. Like, everyone thinks it as a negative, but it's not. It's not. I like, yeah. I'm recyclables. I'm not like pure like sludge. Like you can do stuff with me, but like deep down, I'm trash.
I'm white trash, but not garbage. It's how I was raised. I have that Kraft mac and cheese palate, baby. Anyways, that's all I got on this one. Thank you guys for joining us. Dolores, thank you for the late comments. John, Kevin, the Gats, Blenda, Sean, thank you guys for all being here and lighting up the comment section, especially Skidmorrow. You missed the fact that we wrote your name on a card. Just saying. You have my permission. I never raised him to be trash. I threw the trash out for good. No. We love you, Dolores. Thank you. Jeff, you got anything before we get out of here?
No, I ain't got shit.
Okay, well, go check out the single, Northern Nights, which you're probably watching the after show. I will chew on that explanation. Yeah, come back next week. Let us know what you think. But we'll see you guys on the after show. We'll probably watch the Molasses video. I'm very excited about Northern Nights being dropped. Same 5 songs come out March 14th. Leave Me Alone video as well. Until then, I am, of course, Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming, signing out for this fine feller that I love, Mr. GW Foley. And we will all see you guys in the next time. Until then, Truck Magician out.
Cheers. Love you, mama.
Love you too, moms. Have fun.
Are you saying you want to show me your tits? This is a weird show.
Welcome to the Drunken Under Quarantine